All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's 10:18 my time. Don't know what time it is. Who all gonna be watching now? Who all gonna be watching later? Um, just give it a couple of minutes for some more you good people to come on up in here. And if you're in here, you can hear my voice. Please let me know that you can hear the sound of my voice. All right. So you can be so kind and let me know that you hear the sound of my voice. Anybody. All right. And while you're at it, could you please hit the thumbs up for your boy as well? All right. Tina, you said you can or you can't hear me. Okay, saying she can hear me. I appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Look like I'm getting a little delay. Y'all come in and say something. All right. Rachel, it's been a minute. How you doing? It's been a minute. You said it's POS live in your state, and you're very ashamed to say. Oh man. Nobody's boo. What's going on? It's been a while since I seen you too. How you doing? All right. Some old faces showing back up. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Well, guys, you know it's gonna be kind of slow for people to come in because if I don't just really set it, if I just don't really set the show, just come live, it's gonna be kind of slow for people to come in. So, anyway, this ain't gonna be long, so let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. All right, guys. So as y'all know, I as well as my I some of you, maybe a few other YouTubers has been covering this story. Shout out to the turbine guy who came on the show yesterday, who actually lives out that way as well. I think he said he lived about a mile away from the location where this woman was apprehended at. And he shared some details with us yesterday that was quite mind blowing, which is pretty much what I'm going to be playing right now because I guess it made the news now, and news is talking about all this stuff. But however, though, I'm still unable to get the police conference. That's what I really want is that police conference because I want to hear what they had to say, the press release. But I tried to look for it and I cannot find it. So any of you good people who down there in that town who may have got the police conference about this story, please send it over because I would like to hear what they got to say. Especially when they sit up there and let this woman go at first. They let her walk free at first. Then I guess when they found the body, they went back and got it. Though I still don't know how the hell that makes sense. I just don't know. But anyway, the meat and potatoes of the story: Eli Hart was her son. She was going through a custody battle with the dad, and how I have no idea to this day. Maybe somebody can explain it as the story gets deeper. This woman was awarded custody of this boy and had so many red flags that was going on with her. So many red flags, and she was still awarded custody of this child. How the fuck does that work? I have no idea. All right. But see, this type of shit right here, this is why a lot of children get killed. Because a lot of them see them in danger. You take them out of danger, you put it right back in danger. All right. And the dad, it's been alleged he's been trying to get custody or whatnot, but it's appeared he was unsuccessful in getting custody of his son. All right. So this story is getting more fucked up and getting more crazy as more updates come out about this story. All right. But this is the mom, Julissa Thaler, however the hell you say her name is. That is her right there. You know, they claiming she has mental issues. She been having it. Said she had she's unstable, had messed up living arrangements, and constantly getting in trouble with the law. But somehow the courts or whoever seen that she was deemed fit for the boy to still be in her care. Again, if anybody can help make sense to me, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Right? But anyway, let's not waste no more time. And let's get to the nitty gritty about what's going on here.
A Minnesota mother is charged with murdering her 6-year-old son.
Tonight, we're taking a close look at how the boy ended up in his mother's care, despite concerns about her mental health. On Friday, Orono police found Eli Hart's body in the trunk of a car. Eli's mother, Julissa Thaler, was in the driver's seat. Court records show that she won custody of Eli earlier this month. David Schumann spoke with experts about why that might have happened, and he joins us now with the latest. David?
Yeah, the potential concerns with Eli's mother, Julissa Thaler, having sole custody of him were right in front of the child protection case investigators. But they recommend.
Rachel said on the news her dad had an emergency protective order against her, and she still got supervised. She still got supervised visitation. Oh, unsupervised visitation. Dad filed for sole custody and was waiting. Man, that is so sad. That is so sad.
Recommended her have custody anyway, and the outcome is as tragic as it gets. Eli Hart spent most of last year in foster care with relatives of his mother, Julissa Thaler.
I feared if she got custody back that she would harm Eli, if not worse.
The unimaginable happened. Orono police arrested Thaler this weekend after.
You remember a couple of y'all was saying something about the mom was related to the people or whatnot, and I saw somebody say you or something like that. Well, we just heard it right there. I guess those were her kinfolks who had fostered him for a minute. Those are her kinfolks. Or either the guys are kinfolk, one of the two, but we just heard it right there that those are her kin, and they had fostered him for a minute. All right. So that has been confirmed, and I think I saw a couple of y'all talking about that yesterday, and I think we got a little bit confused about what was going on as far as that part goes. But let's continue.
Anyway, and the outcome is as tragic as it gets. Eli Hart spent most of last year in foster care with relatives of his mother, Julissa Thaler.
I feared if she got custody back that she would harm Eli, if not worse.
The unimaginable happened. Orono police arrested Thaler this weekend after they say they stopped her for driving without a tire Friday. Officers say they saw a shotgun shell and a bullet hole in the back seat, and Thaler had blood on her hand. Eli's body was in the trunk. Investigators say shot up to 9 times.
I guarantee you all these people that worked on this so hard to figure out what is best for this child are just devastated. I can't even imagine.
More than one government case.
Shot up to 9 times with a shotgun. And again, I have to say, I can imagine how that boy body looked after being shot 9 times with a damn shotgun. If there's any part of his body that is left, after shooting him 9 times with a damn shotgun, then y'all heard a turbine guy said that the news that he read, it was brain matter in multiple places. Brain matter. You just even hearing that makes you want to puke. Because you're trying to imagine that for those who got a weak stomach, my goodness, that is pure evil. Just pure evil. And my main concern now, that we're hearing this, my main concern is now, how big of a play that's going to play in the court about her mental state. Because think about this, and here's why I say that. If the court saw her mental state and still gave her custody, then what's the possibility they're gonna look at her mental state, and probably try to say she's not fit to go to what they call it, trial. Okay, not necessarily say that she gonna get off on this. At least I hope not. And this is why I tell y'all, and I gotta keep stressing this. You know, it's don't downplay mental illness. It's for real. This stuff is for real. You know, but you got a lot of people that do stuff then try to plead insanity, try to get off for what they did. You know, but mental illness is real, so we should never water it down and say that it's not real, because it is real. So, but when I hear cases stuff like that, it just made me wonder, you know, the worst case scenario, what the court's gonna look at, and is it a possibility that she may get a light sentence? You know, maybe somebody who know the courts maybe can explain that to me, or how that works when it comes to cases like this. But this is sad, and it's a motherfucking ridiculous. Well, like somebody said yesterday in my chat room, it's beyond the motherfucking ridiculous at this point. This story is beyond the motherfucking ridiculous. All right?
Recommended to a judge this month that Thaler be awarded sole custody of Eli. He'd been on a trial home visit since December, during which Eli got to see his father, Torrey Hart, as well. But go through the investigators' reports. Very concerned with Miss Thaler's mental health, concerned about the lack of stability with housing, concerned that Miss Thaler has not remained law-abiding. Also, though, no concerns about Eli's physical well-being, and no current indication that her son is physically unsafe.
Y'all hear all that? So they had concerns about the other stuff, but then when they get to the part right there, it looked like it played a part in her favor. Okay. Oh, hold on, let me see what my crazy dog doing, because he had this door making all kind of noises. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but he doing something at this door. What are you doing? Huh? Go. All right, my bad. My bad. Sorry about that. They making all that damn noise in my door. What was I saying? All right, so you had concerns about all the things that you would think that would be deemed fit that they take the boy away from him. But again, look like this is what played a part. There was no concerns about his physical well-being. Then as we go further, there was no current indication that he was being, that her son is physically unsafe. So I think we got our answer somewhat as how she regained custody of him, because them two things right there played in her favor. Again, I still don't know how this shit works, but apparently it worked for her, that she was able to regain custody of her son. But I want to point out something else too. I want y'all to pay attention to. Now, all this is concerned about her. We haven't seen anything where they say they had concerns about him being with the dad, so I'm lost. If they didn't have any concerns about the dad or none of this stuff, then how the hell the dad did not get awarded to have his son stay with him? But with this woman right here, y'all got all this shit saying you concerned about. But the fact, what we're looking at here, no current indication that he was physically unsafe. All right. All right.
To a judge this month that Thaler be awarded sole custody of Eli. He'd been on a trial home visit since December, during which Eli got to see his father, Torrey Hart, as well. But go through the investigators' reports. Very concerned with Miss Thaler's mental health, concerned about the lack of stability with housing, concerned that Miss Thaler has not remained law-abiding. Also, though, no concerns about Eli's physical well-being and no current indication that her son is physically unsafe. Family law attorney Erin Turner, who isn't involved in the case.
And the goal of Child Protection Court is to reunite the child with the parent. It's very difficult to terminate parental rights. I mean, it's everybody's worst nightmare to get that wrong. And unfortunately, sometimes it happens.
Erin Turner, the lawyer I spoke to, noted that 1 or 2 reports should not be viewed as a complete picture of the situation. And she's right. We have not had a chance to review every document related to Eli and his care. She says mental health, though, is a rapidly growing issue in custody cases, especially since the pandemic.
I agree.
It's just heartbreaking. All right, David, thank you.
I agree with that. Belinda, see, thank you for saying that, because that's why I brought up what I just said. You know, we seeing all this about her, they concerns about her, but we have not yet to see anything from, of course, anything that said that they had concerns about the dad. So I'm just like you, dear. I can't wrap my head around this either. You know, how was this woman, according to y'all, about the concerns that you had about her well-being? How the hell would you think, if her well-being is fucked up, that the child well-being was going to be safe? All right? So let me say that again. They are talking about the mom that they had all these concerns about, not the dad. We ain't seen nothing bad about the dad as of yet. But don't get it twisted, because like I tell y'all all the time when I do these stories, I'm not going to never say that one is a saint over the other. I'm pretty much sure that the dad may have done some dirty shit too. He may have done some dirt, you know, but however, he did not kill his son. All right? As a matter of fact, let's go all the way out with this. None of us are saints. All right? None of us are saints. I'm not a saint. Y'all ain't saints. We all have this thing called a past. Amen? We all had this thing called a past, that we had done a lot of stuff in the past that we think about it now that we're not too proud of. Preach. We all had done some things in the past that we're not too proud of. All right? What do you have to do some things to probably pay a bill? You know, one of the things where you had to rob Peter to pay Paul, you know, things like that. Or, I don't know if they still do this now, but I know back in the day, if people still use checkbooks, you know, you write a check to pay a bill or something, you know the money ain't up in there. But you say, okay then, because I think back then, if they still do it now, y'all can tell me, when you write a check, I think it take a couple of days for it to clear your account. So you feel like, okay, shit, I'm gonna get paid in this couple of days, so I'm gonna write this check and give it to them. As soon as they deposit it and whatnot, my money would be in there right on time for them to pay their bill. All right. Now, the downside to that is when we do that, we committing a felony, because we writing checks for money that we know we ain't got. It's a felony. But however, though, a lot of us had to do what we had to do to get that bill paid, or we finna get kicked out, or we finna lose our car, or the lights finna get cut off, you know, all type of shit. So those like examples that I will use to say we have done a lot of stuff that we're not proud of. All right. And we would never encourage, and the goal is not to encourage your seeds to do the same thing that you did back in the day, because we're in a different era now. And just like Rachel said, yeah, I think they just run it. I think as soon as you write it, it's pretty much damn near gonna go instant in your shit. So you can't just really do it no more. Or they got these systems now where you try to write it, the system can read it and say you got insufficient funds. You know, so they put a stop to that. You know, but I'm just saying though, in accordance to stories like these, you know, I'm not gonna say that one parent is better than the other one, because I really don't believe in that unless otherwise it's being proven that the one parent is better than the other one. Amen. Until it's proven that. So I'm sure the daddy may have done some dirt. He may have. All right. But he's not being put out there as the unfit parent. The more that we getting into this story, the more we're hearing more damage about the mama. Amen. The more we hear about this story, the more damage we hear about the mom. And this would make the story sickening to me. Because the more damage we hear about her, the more we scratch our heads like, how? How did CPS drop the ball? How did the judge drop the ball? And everybody who was involved, how the hell did y'all drop the ball on this one if you claim you had concerns? They're just like me. If I run the daycare and I see the swing sets or the slides or whatnot, if I see the foundation of the swing sets and the slide is not drilled in deep, and I see this for myself, what they look like me tell the kids where they'll be, all right, go out there, y'all can still go out there and play on the swings and play on the slide. And soon as something happens, whose fault is going to be? It's going to be my fault. Because I saw that it was messed up, but I told these kids still go play on my equipment. Then what's going to happen? My business probably going to get shut down on them, get cited for sitting up here let children playing on things out there that I knew it was not properly working. Because that was a concern. So if I did that, let the children go out there and play on the swing sets and play on my slide, and the state, whoever to come do their reviews of the place, and they see that, well, this is concerned, but you know, but it'll be okay. They can still play on it. You know, why don't you still let me run my business if you're seeing that I'm not correcting what you're seeing and you put in your report that I had not corrected it? That won't make any sense. They really won't make any sense. Ice Princess said, I floated checks all the time while I was raising my two boys, being a single mom. It was necessary. That Ice Princess, that's what I'm saying, you know. That right, what you said right, that's what I'm saying. We not proud of doing stuff like that because we don't want to be criminals. Even though we was committing the act, you know, but we as people, men and women, whether you're a mother or a father, or you're just a single guy or a single mother, so a lot of times the struggles got so bad that we had to commit stuff like that to get by and to get the bills paid. You know, I understand it, but I never recommend anybody do criminal activities. So that's why I say none of us are saints. We are not saints. We all had done some dirt. Hey Tracy, how you doing? We all had done some dirt. All right. What's that, boy? What's that, boy? What's that? Good boy. Good boy. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Let somebody know what's going on. If I don't hear it, he hear it. That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. Good boy. Good boy. But yeah, yeah, Ice Princess. So that's why I brought up that when I say, you know, a lot of us had to rob Peter to pay Paul. Like that, stuff like that, you know. And I mean, it's a lot of examples that I can use to show that none of us are perfect. We all had done things that we're not proud of. But the goal is, you know, we want to teach our young generation is do not make the same decision that we made. Do not make the same mistakes that we made, because in your era, it's going to be a different outcome, because they cracking down on a whole lot of stuff that we used to get away with back in the day. They cracking down on a lot of this stuff. So you can't do what we did. And if you can do what we did, I'm not going to encourage you to do it. I'm not going to recommend you to do it. All right? If you ain't got it, don't be too proud to ask. I know a lot of us are stubborn. We don't like to ask for help. I know I'm stubborn. I don't like to ask for help. But I'm not going to sit up here and say that I'm too proud I'm not too proud to beg to ask for help. So shit, if I need $20, $25, I'm going to ask. I don't want to ask, but I'm going to ask if I need it. Don't mean you a broke person. Well, hold on. I mean, I guess it mean you broke at that time. It mean you broke at that time, but shit. But yeah, you know, things like that. So again, I'm not gonna sit up here and just say that the dad just 100% better than the mom. But as the story goes on, we are hearing more fucked up shit about the mom. All right, we're not hearing nothing bad about the dad. We are hearing about the mom doing all this crazy shit. All right, let me take a break and see who all in the chat room right now. Rachel said your pub skew. Thank you, Rachel. T. Simpson, what's going on? Sandy, Belinda, what's going on with Ice Princess? Joel Jackson, hey, what up, my friend? Tracy, what's going on? Dee Dee, what's going on? Queen Wallace in the building. All right now, all right. Miss Cooley, hey, Miss Cooley. How you doing, dear? Let's see who else over here. Carol Smith, what's going on? I see you. I see you. Nobody's boo. What's going on? And Tina Taylor. All right. All right. That's all I see up in there. All right. And if y'all haven't, guys, please hit that thumbs up with your boy. She said, yes, they are. Checks get run immediately now, and then you get hit with an NSF fee at the bank, and your bill is it. You sure know what to say, ma'am. You sure know what to say. You sure know what to say. Right. But anyway, though, let's continue, because this one right here is saying that she attempted to cover it up. Let's see what they're talking about on this one.
Tragedy in Orono involving the murder of a 6-year-old boy.
Police say it was at the hands of his own mother. Police found the body of Eli Hart in the trunk of a car on Friday morning. Today, his mother, Julissa Thaler, is officially charged with murder. Kate Raditz reports on what those charges reveal about her attempts to cover it up.
It's still so heart-wrenching.
Cherise Payne didn't know 6-year-old Eli Hart. She held back tears looking at his memorial over the Seton Channel on Lake Minnetonka. She brought her 6-year-old daughter.
I think just that he won't get to live his life like other kids.
The memorial was started by Back Channel Brewing.
We figured we had to to pay their respects.
Charges show Julissa Thaler was pulled over Friday morning while driving without a tire. The back window of her Chevy Impala was broken. There was blood in the car and a bullet hole in the back seat. But Thaler was let go before officers looked in the trunk and discovered Hart's body.
Just like the termite guy said, she was let go. How the hell you see all that and you claim she had blood on her hand, but she was let go? How the hell does that work? I don't get it. How does that work? If she had blood on her hands and you see this car was jacked up the way it was, you know, why? I don't get it. I don't get it.
The charges revealed there was also a shotgun. After finding the boy's body, police went to Thaler's apartment, but she was gone. Her clothes from the traffic stop, charges say, were in the washing machine. An online jail roster showed Thaler was arrested the next day. Police.
And she was able to go home, for what it sounds like. She was able to go home, just like the turbine guy said. She was let go and was able to go home and try to do all this and try to wash away any evidence that she may have had that was on her. That's insane. That's insane.
Say she was found leaving the area on foot. Court documents say witnesses saw the vehicle in an Orono gas station shortly before the traffic stop. Officers found several items in various dumpsters, including blood, a backpack, and a child booster seat damaged from a gunshot. A preliminary autopsy indicates the boy was shot multiple times, possibly up to 9 times. A friend of Thaler's told police she had wanted to learn how to use a gun and had gone to a gun range. Court documents say she would often carry a shotgun out of her apartment wrapped in a gray blanket. A gray blanket was also located in the trunk during the traffic stop.
It's just hard to believe that someone like that lived in the community, and to her own son, it's just heartbreaking.
The fiance of the boy's father told WCCO the charges were not enough, but that no charge would be able to bring Eli back. Kate Raditz, WCCO 4 News.
Police also arrested a second person in connection with Hart's death. Charges against that person will not be pursued due to a lack of evidence. Orono police told us that they weren't available to answer any questions today.
Lack of evidence, so the boyfriend won't get charged. Yeah, because I want to know what was his role in anyway. Why didn't we go get him? So I don't know. But however, we've heard stories like these before. The mother do something to the child or whatnot. 9 times 10, her boyfriend may have something to do with it, or her boyfriend knew what was going on. A fine example, Samuel Olsen, and that's who this young man remind me of, Sam. When I look at it, he reminds me of Sam Olsen. And almost the same scenario. Dalton dating Teresa Rocky Balboa. Teresa Rocky Balboa was staying with her little sidekick or whoever this guy supposed to be. And guess what? The guy helped Teresa tried to dispose of the body and kept the body in the bathroom until Teresa was ready to move to a different location and took the body with her. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was at a hotel. So when you think about Sam Olsen case and you listen to this one, it sounds like damn near the exact replica of what happened. But it's just different people involved. It's different people involved. And speaking of Sam Olsen, to this day, I don't know where the hell is Dalton at. Dalton still ain't came out and spoke about his son. I find that very odd. Very odd. Or maybe his attorney or whoever told him not to speak on it. I have no idea. Or maybe somewhere deep down inside, he still got feeling for Teresa and don't want to make the situation worse than what it is. I mean, it's just stuff you got to think about. I don't know. But I just can't see myself losing my child, especially to somebody who I care for, who I consider my significant other. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to disappear like that and don't nobody know where the hell I'm at. I don't think I can do that. You heard what the mom said. If I remember the mom name, and the mom name was Sarah. She said it needs to be one more person arrested. She believed Dalton needs to be arrested. Because she believed Dalton know more than what he probably led on to be, which I kind of feel like that too a little bit. But we won't know until this story progress. Right now, his story is at a standstill. We don't know what's going on with Sam Olsen's story right now. But I'm showing the hell waiting on the update on that. So I bring his story up and think about this story. You look at him, it makes me think about him. And how this story is playing out almost the same way that Sam's story has played out. Riding around with a dead body in the car. But it seems like the only difference in this story is that this person, the mother of Eli, shot him up to 9 times, they saying, with a damn shotgun. That's hard right there. That's hard. And that's hard to actually listen to. And it's hard to imagine you seeing somebody shoot anybody 9 times with a shotgun. Now, somebody asked they wanted the back window. The reason was out because they shot it out. That's a good question. That's a damn good question. Did this fool shoot out their back window? Because they say it was a shotgun. a shot or something in the back seat, some shit like that. So that is a good question. So that's why I say I cannot wait till they come out with this. Whenever they release the press release, I want to hear one of the $1 million questions. Why was she let go? Why was she let go at first? I mean, because it shouldn't be that much later that y'all found blood in the car. So I just don't see how she got away and then she was able to go home. And y'all see how badly the car was damaged. And you say there was blood in the car, she had blood on her hands. I have no idea how the hell y'all slept there and let this woman go. I don't get it. I promise I don't. Ladies and gentlemen, well, we have heard how she had got custody back of Eli. And from what we heard, from what we gathered, those two little things at the end played in her favor. The two things at the end played in her favor. And she was awarded custody of Eli, which was a horrible mistake. All right, Ice Princess Inwit, what's going on? Ice Princess, the turbine guy came on, said the same thing. She had brain matter her hair, and it was just, they just said brain matter was pretty much all over the damn place. And, excuse me. They said brain matter just all over the place, pretty much. In her hair, I think other places she'd have touched. I mean, the stuff that she disposed of, I think they had a little brain matter on there, you know, so this was execution. This was execution. This was execution style. She was that mental. She didn't want the father to get custody of their son, so she took him out with her evil ass. Well, you say evil, but yeah, that what it was. Well, it sounded like pretty much what it was. She didn't want him to have custody, so you know. But again, guys, I can't express enough. You know, when it comes to a lot of these cases like this, you know, when you hear people doing stuff like this, because they mad at the other parent. And it never fails. When they get mad at the other parent, they can't get to the other parent, they're going to get to the next thing that they love, and 9 times 10 is going to be the children. And a final example there, what I'm saying, there was a video probably about a week or two ago that this lady was slapping her, I think it was a newborn baby, because she was mad at the baby father. She videoed herself talking shit, sending a message to the baby father, and started slapping that baby in their face. You know why? Because she was mad at him. For I don't know what the hell he did, but she was mad at the baby daddy and recorded herself slapping that baby in the face like that. And she got in trouble for that. And then you had to ask yourself the question, though, where do a lot of these guys find these crazy motherfuckers at? Where do they find them at? And I will end it with this. This is why I say a lot of times, it ain't social media fault that a lot of shit goes on. It's the people that's on social media that makes it what it is. For you to be that ignorant and put up something like that, you abusing a baby who ain't did shit to you, you got to be a stupid son of a bitch. You got to be. So it ain't social media fault. It's the people who put that shit on there, it's their fault. So like the young baby, a 10-year-old who died doing a challenge that she saw on whatever the app they say for kids or whatnot. You know, the mom trying to sue TikTok for that video. Hey, I mean, she well on her rights to do so, I guess. But my thing is this, though. How you going to blame TikTok? All right? How you going to blame TikTok? Because if we have an understanding that children mimic things that they see, then the big question would be, you know, why wasn't the mother monitoring what the baby was doing on her devices or what she was watching? I mean, if you really just want to analyze the whole situation, where was she at when the baby was on that device, doing wherever she was on that device? Second of all, what a 10-year-old doing on TikTok? Me personally, I don't get down with children being on social media. For social media for children, it's a devil in disguise, if you ask me. So somebody 10-year-old don't need to be having no TikTok or wherever these apps are. They don't need it. At all. But however, for those of you who let your children be on social media, it only take a hot second or a minute to monitor what they looking at. And if you see something they're looking at that you don't like, then all you got to do is take their advice away and explain to them you don't need to be watching it. But I never do agree with young children having social media accounts, especially Facebook and Instagram and shit like that. I don't agree with that at all. Now, I can't tell nobody how to raise their children. Well, I know when we grew up, we didn't have internet. There was no such thing as internet as far as I remember. But later on down the road, they came up with America Online and they had their dial-up shit. That's when I first knew about the internet, when they had dial-up. And then parents used to get mad when you get on dial-up because they fuck up their phone call. How many of y'all remember you get online, the parent be on the phone, run off at the mouth. As soon as you get on that online, it shut their phone call off. And they be thinking the other person hung up. Because to find out your ass got online and knocked them off their phone call. And they be mad as hell at you. Boy, what you doing online? I was using the phone. Oh, my bad. Knocked the whole phone call out. So in order for you to get online back in the day, you had the phone had to be free. Nobody needed to be on the phone when they did that dial-up. But again, I say this, that we didn't have all that back then. But it's a high commodity now with social media. It's a hot commodity now. And these children are getting exposed to everything. And a lot of them is falling victim to this social media, especially the dark web. And that right there be the saddest, when they fall victim to the dark web. And every time I talk about the dark web, I got to bring up this show right here. And some of y'all seen it. How many of y'all seen that show called Web of Lies? Some of the stories be the saddest stories I ever heard. How these little young girls, and probably some men, young men, fall victim to their dark web. You know, on Facebook, you find somebody you like, you fall in love with, like you talking to that person. You sneak out in the middle of the night, try to go see this person, and they child never return again. And that's real life. So y'all not watching these young kids on this social media, same thing happened to them. These girls get hot at an early age, get hot in the ass, get on that social media shit, talking to who, what, whatever, sneaking out, going out these folks. Same ain't gonna happen to them. You ain't gonna see your baby no more. Sad, but it's true. You won't see your child again. So I tell the mothers and fathers, it don't take nothing but a second or a minute to monitor what they doing on the web. That's it. And if we all can do that as mothers and fathers, I guarantee you, the percentage of the children dying will die down a whole lot. Holla at your boy. If we have more mothers and fathers who monitor their children on social media, we will have less children deaths and disappearance. I'll let your boy. All you gotta do is look. And last but not least, this right here. Stop trying to be their friend. And be what you really are to them, they parents. Stop trying to be their friend. And be careful who you let around your children, or you run into assholes like this who you see in my screen, who don't give a fuck about you or your child. They don't have no problem with hurting either one of y'all. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. All right, guys, y'all be safe out there. I love every last one of y'all. Hit that thumbs up for your boy, and stay tuned for more updates on these stories and more stories in general when it comes to these children. As always, what we preach over here, all children lives matter. I'm your man, Chris Thorns, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.